Now we're going to have a little look at where these bones and these joints are in the live animal. And to help me with this, I've got my own dog here, Blue, to help me, and Amy, one of my second-year students. So looking at the forelimb then here on Blue, so if you start up the top and look for the scapula, the shoulder blade, so that would be right under my hand in this area here. So this is where his scapula is like. And then his shoulder joint would be right up here. So it's really quite high up onto the trunk itself. Now I'm following the humerus down towards the elbow joint. So that's the humerus. And here at the elbow joint, it meets up with, remember on the cranial aspect, you have this radial bone. And then on the caudal aspect, you have this ulna. So that makes up the elbow joint. Further distally then, we come to the wrist or the carpus here. So I'll get him to lift up his legs. So that would be his carpus. And then deep to that, distal to that, here you'll have your metacarpal bones. And then at the end, the toes, which is made up of these phalanges. So you've got 3 little bones within here. Yeah, you look that way. Okay. So now we swapped models. So now we've got Fram, one of my other dogs. And he's going to show us the hind limbs. So if he stands up nicely for us now. So looking at Frammy here then, his hip, his pelvic bone would be right under my hands here. So that would be the slope of that pelvic bone there. And if I lift up his leg, his hip joint is right in here. So it's quite high up on the side of him. And then we can follow the bone down the way. And I'll take some of that hair out of the way. And then we're going towards the stifle joint, okay? So that's his stifle joint, right up here. And his patella, or his kneecap, is right under here. Then you follow down. So that's the femur. That was the femur. And then the femur joins up here with on the cranial aspect, the tibia. And then we have a fibula lying here right at the back. And I did mention this calcanean tendon. This is the equivalent to our Achilles tendon. And that's what I'm touching just back here. That's the calcanean tendon. And that is attaching onto the calcanean, the bone right there. So this here is your tarsal joint, or the equivalent to our ankle. And it's also known as the hock joint in some animals. So then below that, distal to that, we have these metatarsal bones. And then we get down to the paw with its toes. And each one is made up of these phalanges, these little digits.